One thing I'm going to tell you is you are not going to be positive all the time. You're not going to think positive and feel positive all the time. And you are not always going to receive positive things, positive news. You're not just always going to be this happy person once you start being positive. You know, there are going to be some things that come up. And it's not like it's negative things are going to happen. When you are positive and think positive and feel positive, of course you are going to attract positivity. Life is for sure full of surprises, though. Things happen, you know, events happen, and just these little hiccups, how I like to call them, tests happen. And it's really how you react to these things. I know I don't like to look at any certain thing negatively. I don't react negatively. And that's how you should see things as well. You need to start seeing things positively, because it really is on how you react to things. Are you going to react with anger, with fear, with these negative feelings and thoughts? No. Because then that's how you build up more negative inside your body. You're just going to be this negative person that's just going to attract more negativity. If you take a certain situation as negative, then it will be negative. It will turn out negative. At the end, it's just going to be negative. Instead of you taking some type of bad situation, if you think it's bad, you know, or negative, whatever, if you want to see it like that in the beginning, you know, your immediate reaction, okay, fine. But then you got to switch that and start thinking positively. Look at the positive side. That way, the end result is something positive and not something negative. There is an important lesson to everything. And it's really life. It's the universe. It's God trying to test you on how you're going to react to these things. You're probably asking for strength. You're asking for wisdom. Okay, well, it gives it to you. It gives you these certain situations and events on how you're going to react. Are you just going to react negative? By reacting negative, you just take a negative. You take it as bad and you learn nothing from it, because you're just there with anger, questioning, why is this happening to me? Why me? I have bad luck, all this and that. Instead of thinking positively, and if there's some sort of problem, you get into finding the solution and you learn from that certain situation. You get the wisdom during those things, the growth. You learn something from it. You get the lesson. There's probably a lot of you guys out here negative as well, which is probably why you're watching the video, because you want to turn to positivity. You want to switch to being a positive person and feeling positive, thinking positive, and receive positive things. But it's not always like that, you know. There's so much you can control, which you control a lot. You are in control of your life. But if you believe in God, I mean, I know I do. It's all up to God. You know, it's in God's hands. I would find myself questioning all these things that were happening to me. Most of the time, it's you causing these things for yourself, because you do control a lot. You contribute into what happens for you. You're living in the present moment. You're in the present moment. But what you are doing in this present moment has a lot to do with tomorrow, with the future. If you are just not doing anything for your life, then don't expect anything in your life. You know, don't expect success. Don't expect growth. But if you are working towards a better tomorrow, towards your future, towards your health, then there is going to be a better and brighter tomorrow. You are working towards growth and you're going to see growth. When I was in my negative stage, I was just negative. I didn't like me. I didn't like the life I was living. I didn't like my job. I just really didn't like anything that was going on in my life. I just kept thinking it, saying it. I didn't like this. I didn't like that. I wasn't doing anything to change it, and I just kept doing what I was doing. So how is it that I was really expecting any growth? I wanted growth, but like, hunty, we gotta work towards it, you know? I was just in this very negative cycle, doing negative things. I had bad habits. It was just this cycle of working Monday through Friday, my 9 to 5, and partying on the weekends. So it was literally this cycle. It was a whole cycle, a routine that I was so comfortable in, because I just knew that, my mindset was very different back then. So I thought, well, if I stop partying, I'm going to lose these people. If I leave this job, am I going to find another job? Like, what am I going to do? And I would just think negative about those situations instead of taking a risk. I didn't want to take a risk. I was scared. I was afraid, because what if it didn't go out the way I wanted it to go? And, so I was just thinking negative about that until I was basically forced by the whole pandemic to stay inside during the weekends. Honestly, stay inside the whole fucking week. Like, I got laid off. I got laid off from my job. It was a new job that I had got, and everything closed. So we weren't able to go out, bro. We were in lockdown. And that did a lot for me, because I literally laid low. Not in the beginning, to be honest. I was still not doing the greatest things. I was still drinking. I was investing so much time and energy into just drinking, and literally every day. It got really bad until it got better. You know what I'm saying? So it did take a while. Until then, I laid low. I cut ties with certain people I was hanging out with. I just really remained to me, and I was focusing on me. I was reflecting. I was doing a lot of work on myself. I decided to work on myself. I figured that, hey, I have control of my life. It wasn't that these people I was hanging out with were controlling me, but they did have some sort of impact because I was putting them first instead of me. If they were to tell me, let's go here, let's do this, I'd be like, okay, I didn't have boundaries set, and I wasn't grounded. So it was like I was just being pulled here and there. I was like, yo, like, I have control. Like, I'm in control of my life. I can change my life. And I'm going to change my life. I decided I'm going to change, because that's the only way I'm going to see change. I can live the life that I want, but I have to put in the work. I have to put in the effort, and I have to invest my time and energy into things that are actually going to help me grow. And I'm telling you right now, you can change your life. You just really have to put in the effort. You can manifest all you want, wish these things, see the vision. But if you don't put in the effort and take action, you're not going to see anything. Those things are great. They're great. Manifesting, seeing the vision, before you actually do something. But you can't be investing so much time and energy into that, because it doesn't do anything for you, to be honest. Yeah, that's a start. But then the next step is actually putting in the work, getting to it.